Hi, I'll be talking about Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is a small chain of grocery stores based out of the US. They have their own distinctive line of products, many of which have a cult following, and Canadians cannot get enough. I would like to introduce Trader Joe's to the Canadian market. I think it would be highly successful as Canadians are big fans of good values, health foods, as well as tasty different type snacks. Trader Joe's almost has a cult following in Canada. There are even Canadian Facebook groups lobbying Trader Joe's to come north. Famous Canadian YouTubers often posting videos of their TJ hauls. And TJ products can be found being sold at higher prices on the secondhand market. Some history on the Trader Joe's brand. They come from very simple roots. In 1958, Joe Columbine took over a small chain of convenience stores in the LA area. It's actually where I'm from. They were called Pronto Markets. And after 10 years of running Pronto Markets, which were essentially convenience stores, the convenience store formula simply didn't continue to make sense to him. So Joe, the classic entrepreneur, took note that the demographics were changing in the United States because of the GI Bill of Rights, and a large experiment in a mass education and identified opportunity to deliver something different. The first Trader Joe's store opened in 1967 in Pasadena, California. That store is still there and even operating today. The store had and still does have a nautical theme, and it was run by people who describe themselves as traders on the high sea. To this day, Trader Joe's crew members consider themselves traders of the culinary season, are now known for their bright tropical patterned shirts and for generally being nice, helpful, and well-informed. In 1972, Joe introduced a total game changer for Trader Joe's. This was granola. It was their first private label Trader Joe's product, and the rest was history. Trader Joe's has a distinctive and defined image in a very crowded, competitive grocery space. I think Trader Joe's has a few distinct qualities that help them shine a little brighter than the rest of the health food stores. For one, Trader Joe's is a seriously fun place to go. It's a fun experience to go and shop there, from the constant supply of warm, yummy samples at the back of the store, or the friendly employees walking around in the fun Hawaiian shirts. There's hidden teddy bears around the store for kids to find, and they always play really fun, trendy music. Another great fact is their small stores. They're far easier to navigate than any of your big label grocery stores, and they actually have a vastly larger selection of many goods. Trader Joe's is synonymous with quality. The store brand products go toe-to-toe with any name brand product any day. Many people like to film YouTube videos comparing Trader Joe's products to more expensive products. The health food store industry in Canada has experienced strong expansion for the most part of 5 years to 2020. Health food stores are a largely untapped market in Canada. There's definite room for growth there. That's why I'm almost certain that Trader Joe's would be highly successful there, because there's really nothing like it. This is considered a niche market, and there's really only like small specialty shops there that sell Trader Joe's products at high markups. And the fact that those little pirate stores are constantly being sold out, in my opinion, it guarantees success. People in Canada, my family included, they often rely on food brokers. These are people that secure health food items from the United States. They bring it over to Canada for a fee, and they charge high prices on the items. Canadians, they spend their money in different ways than Americans do. For example, Canadians spend 51% of their income just in taxes alone, and then right behind that is another 13% of their income they spend on food. The price of food has steadily been on the rise in Canada for many years, and it's no doubt that Canadians would appreciate a thriftier option to get health foods. I am proposing opening a small number of Trader Joe's stores in the country of Canada. I would plan to open them around Ontario, dotted around the capital of Ottawa, and the most populous city, of course, which is Toronto. living in Quebec myself for many years, I think it would be a great location, as small shops thrive there, and there's very artsy, a lot of health-oriented people that live there already. I say this because Trader Joe's already has a large issue with their products being sold in Canada, and it's also risky as far as you have a lot of perishable goods crossing the border, and the quality cannot be guaranteed. There's a store called Pirate Joe's, and it draws a large crowd with its promise of Trader Joe's offerings, and it constantly sells out, and it has extremely high prices. There's another store called Toronto Joe's, and they basically buy products from the US and they bring it back to Canada, and they'll ship it countrywide. And I think, in my opinion, this is an untapped market in Canada, and it's really begging to be filled. Canadians already have Trader Joe's brand awareness. They know who Trader Joe's is. They hear about the products from friends and family, and most have already tasted smuggled Trader Joe's products. So I think success in Canada is almost guaranteed. The great thing about launching Trader Joe's stores in Canada is they have already a great reputation started. It's been established. They keep the prices low by not running ads at Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has never been in debt, largely due to not spending large amounts on advertising, mainly because they don't have to. Trader Joe's relies on word of mouth to bring customers into their stores, which keeps advertising costs extremely low. The iconic Fearless Flyer is a TJ's newsletter that you see at all the checkouts. That's their primary form of advertising. It's not printed weekly, monthly. It's printed around the holidays and a few times a year, and many people will just read it in line and put it back. It's printed on recycled paper. It's very economical, and it has a lot of fun stuff in there. There's even people who actually collect them. The next question, I think, would be how many stores to open, and as well as the best place to put them. Being the most populous, Ontario would be a great location for a few stores because it has the population and the economy as well as the distribution. There's a couple of copycat stores already in Toronto, so you already have that brand awareness there. It's the most populous city in Canada and the largest urban metro area. As the capital of Canada, Ottawa would also be a no-brainer. It is home to close to like 1 million people. It's the 4th largest municipality in the country, with a vibrant technology sector, high medium income household, and affordable living costs. Ottawa is a great place for people to live, to work, and it's families up and coming. So Trader Joe's has a pre-built business structure, a structure that works for them and helps them be successful in an array of different U.S. cultures, I would model the U.S. business strategy and translate it into the similar Canadian market. I don't see an issue with this, as Canadians are people who appreciate good values, and they don't mind spending money on quality items. Trader Joe's business model slogan, every penny they save is a penny a customer saves. This is a hit in the US, and I am confident it would be an equal hit in Canada. Branding strategies for Canada would include a large portion of social responsibility. Like that of the US, neighborhood stores would feel small, warm, and open. They'd be very inviting. They would have the same theme as the US stores. Prices would be kept equivalent to that of the US. They're kept low by low distribution costs, small stores, as well as limited marketing and advertising. The stores will be put in smart locations with appropriate population density to make sure they can be ran at a profitable level, as well as in areas that have the distribution to support a TJ store, because TJ gets daily loads in of fresh foods. Customer satisfaction is crucial to the success of Trader Joe's, and they have another element that adds to their success, which is employee engagement. They're a great company to work for. At the root of their success is their unique culture. People are going to want to wear the Hawaiian shirts and be employed by Trader Joe's in Canada. They would have a great selection of willing and positive-minded people to choose from to staff their stores. The ownership structure of Trader Joe's is simple. Trader Joe's has remained Privately held, for Trader Joe's, maintaining local control and steady and reasonable growth rates has been integral to their success. It's also key in keeping their image consistent across all markets. Like Trader Joe's in the US and Canada, every product that can be sourced locally would be. In fact, we would do everything in our power to support the local economy. We would also hire local artists similar to the US to paint daily art outside of our stores. Trader Joe's is actually known to pay higher wages than any other grocery store in the industry. No one matches their wages. I would hire and teach capable store managers. I would basically, in Trader Joe's lingo, make the store manager captain of the store, and he or she would be free to run it as they see fit. This set of decentralized decision-making processes that led to a happy and empowered employees. I wouldn't set corporate budgeting on the store. I would rather set personal goals. I would expect it to do a little bit better each year. I would focus on each store and set goals for each specific storefront. Everyone's individual and unique. Like the TJ saying goes, we're a national chain of neighborhood grocery stores. This is referring to the philosophy that each store is its own individual business. This kind of decentralized approach of management enables each store to do as it sees fit for their own neighborhood. That means ordering products that do better in one neighborhood over another and tailoring their ordering as such. Marketing expenses would be kept low. I would continue to rely largely on the word of mouth. Initially, when stores were open, I would have a big grand opening. The US-based stores report sampling as their largest marketing expense. So basically, this means the sampling station found at each location is considered marketing, and it's the effort of the marketing group it's what the marketing group would allocate the most money for. People like free samples. I do. People like free food, and they like being able to try new things before they spend money on to purchase them. This fact might not be surprising given that the Fearless Flyer, the low-budget newspaper catalog produced 8 times a year, and an email newsletter is the only form of advertising the company produces, but it illuminates the company's strategy on focusing its marketing on existing customers and increasing basket size and value, whereas more conventional grocery stores are geared toward driving more customers in the door. With Trader Joe's, the store is virtually your brand. The store experience is the brand. Your employees are your brand. Their products work best when they're sold as part of the overall customer experience. Cultural differences, although not huge from America to Canada, could play a small role in the implementation, although I think Trader Joe's brand would fit in magically in Canada for a few reasons. Canadians place emphasis on good values at all levels, and they have less disposable income than Americans and a higher cost of living there. So they want to feel they are getting a good value. A sentiment that translates into business and shopping here. Canadian buyers will not hesitate to shop around. They're generally not rushed in making decisions, and different than Americans, they will go the extra mile to get a good value. They will travel to a store, or they will wait for a sale. Examples. Another issue could be language barriers. In Canada, there are 2 official languages, English and French. It would have to be addressed in each individual store location. Employees that speak both. For example, if you're doing business in Montreal or Quebec, it's primarily a French-speaking place. Having said this, a strong understanding and empathy with French cultural values will be very important while working in Canada. Canadians are very nice people, though. Trader Joe's strategy of implementing a low-cost and efficient distribution network has continued to the democratization of gourmet foods by making them more readily available to customers at all income levels. Contrary to the U.S., most sales to Canada companies are handled through relatively short marketing chains. A lot of the time, it's manufacturer to the end user. Very different than the U.S. Trader Joe's makes it a point to source whatever it can locally, as I said before, and this practice would be carried over to Canada as much as possible. At the core of Trader Joe's way is a focus on cost control, simplicity, and fun. Trader Joe's aims to create a truly unique customer experience, offering high-quality gourmet foods at a low cost in a fun environment. Keeps customers always coming back for more. Trader Joe's manages its distribution networks by minimizing the number of hands that touch its products, thereby reducing costs and making products quickly available. The company, we would continue to order directly from manufacturers, and whatever we couldn't source would be brought up from the US. Trader Joe's will only markets, we would only be able to have stores in regions where there is a market as well as distribution, which is similar to the US. Like, there's no stores in Texas and a few other states for that reason. There's not proper distribution channels. The mission of Trader Joe's is to give customers the best food and beverage values they can find anywhere and provide them with the information required to make informed buying decisions. The company strives to provide these with the dedication to the highest quality of customer satisfaction delivered with a sense of warmth, friendliness, and fun, as well as individual pride and company spirit. Just as in America, these same principles will be loved and appreciated by Canadians alike, I'm sure. And I know Trader Joe's would do great in Canada. Thank you so much.